Hello everyone. At this point in time, we will be learning about the DNA structure and its organization. And so before we dive in with the concepts for DNA structure and its organization, like how our DNA is organized in our cell, let us first learn and appreciate first, or let us first learn and appreciate the significance of the discovery of DNA. Now, one of the field that has received a massive improvement because of the discovery of DNA is the DNA forensics. We also have DNA testing. So because of the discovery of DNA, na natin mga DNA forensics, na natin DNA testing, ato ang agriculture, naka-experience po sila og massive improvement, atong medicine, and ato ang environment. Now, let us focus as to how DNA forensics has benefited because of the discovery of DNA. So we already know that in DNA forensics, we try to solve a particular crime. We try to give justice to the deceased individual that is involved in a gruesome crime baron by getting mga biological samples nga nasa crime scene. So this biological sample can be in the form of blood, mga hair, mga skin, cells, mga bodily fluids like semen, and even saliva nga naa sa crime scene. And we try to match if this biological sample belong to a particular suspect. And if natay suspect nga ma-identify, then we convict that suspect kay guilty man siya, and then we try to exonerate those innocent one nga napasanginlan ng food. Okay, so that's the benefit of the discovery of DNA. Mas paspas na ang pag-identify sa mga suspect na involved in a particular crime investigation or in a particular crime. And then because of the discovery of DNA, we also now have this DNA testing. So we already know naman that DNA testing, it's more of like we try to confirm if that parents of ours na itong ginaturing kay biologically related ba yun sa ilaha. Which is why in DNA testing, we have maternity and paternity testing because we try to compare if we have the same chromosome with our mother and our father na ginatawag na to og mama and papa. Kay surprisingly man gud ay uban class na ang ginaturing nila na parents kay dili di ay biologically related sa ilaha. Or kana barong ginaatiman ng mga anak or mga baby sa mga mag-asawa kay dili di ay nila anak because na-switch di ay na baylo sa lain. So, we can confirm if that offspring or if that child is biologically connected to us by doing DNA testing. And DNA testing is also important in identifying missing person, like to give their identity. No? Especially ka na mga patayng lawas gani sa mga tao nga gilabay lang sa dagat or sa mga kanal and then na-decompose na. So by doing DNA testing, we can confirm or we can trace as to who are their relatives kay para matagaan po sila og proper nga burial ceremony. And then our agriculture class, they have also experienced a massive improvement because of the discovery of DNA. And the reason to that is because tungod man gud sa pagka-discover sa DNA, dito pud nahibalaan na kaya ra di ay nato i-edit ang mga DNA sa atong mga crops or sa atong mga animals para or so that we can have better yields and that these crops or these animals will have high nutritional value and that they are resistant or they will be resistant to mga pests, diseases, or mga insect, no? So that's one of the advantage or in a way contribution of the discovery of DNA to agriculture. We're now able to engineer our crops and help them become resistant to our climate, maging drought resistant na sila, and resistant na sila sa mga sakit sa palibot, mga peste, mga insekto, and they will have higher nutritional value. Tapos, mas dagko sila, mas tamis, mas lami. And, yun, mas takog kita ang mga farmers. And then in the field of medicine naman, we have also experienced massive improvements because of the discovery of DNA. So we can now solve, or in a way, we can now cure those mga genetic conditions by doing gene therapy or mga high precision medicine or mga personalized medicine that is tailored to our specific genetic profile. And then we also have our environment. So our environment also class has received a positive, in a way, positive ba nga kanang dili positive feedback, but ang atong environment ba kay naka-receive sila og kanang positive nga contribution positive contribution because of the discovery of DNA. Kay before man good, kung naay mga, for example, mga oil spill, so mano-mano gyud nga hinluan nato ang dagat or mo gamit bag mga buhok para adto mo pilit ang mga oil nga na yabo sa dagat. And so that was the way before and even up until now. Pero because of the discovery of DNA manggod, we can now engineer mga microbes, mga bacteria, mga fungi to help us clean or break down the pollutants in the environment, which is we call that one as bioremediation class, in which we will use mga living organisms to help us clean our environment. So we engineer, so because of the discovery of DNA, we can now engineer microbes that are capable of degrading mga harmful substances such as oil spills, mga heavy metals, or mga pesticides nga naa sa to ang bodies of water or nga naa sa to ang environment. So, mo to siya nga importante gid kayo nga studihan nato ang DNA and para ma-appreciate po nato ang DNA gid no, kung unsa gyud relevance niya kay as you already know man good, ang DNA nato is molecular siya and complex siya nga molecule, so kailangan gyud nato nga studihan og maayo. Pero mo ni ang iyahang mga significant contributions sa atua and sa atuang society. Okay. And so, based on our previous discussion, where can we find the DNA gani? Is it in the DNA lab? In the DNA lab? Chares. So, based on our discussion previously, we can find the DNA in our chromosomes, no? And our chromosomes, they are also found inside the nucleus of our cell. Okay, so this is how our genetic material is organized. So, the macro version of the genetic material, we have the chromosome, and then if we are going if we're going to focus at the smallest genetic material, then that's the DNA. Okay, because ang chromosome, they're made up of long molecule of DNA, and within the DNA are genes, which are segments or portions of DNA that codes for a particular protein or functional mRNA molecule. And so, let us learn, or let us know how our DNA is organized within our cells. Because, diba, daghan kay chromosome, daghan kay terminologies class nga mo relate sa DNA. We have chromosome, kaya chromosome, nabay na siya mga, basically, ang ga-makeup na niya, or ang ga-compose na niya ka mga DNA. And then, apon yung mga genes, apon mga chromatin, so kalahian na nila. And so, in this particular discussion, let us learn the difference between these different terminologies. Now, ang chromosome class, let us start first with the chromosome. And this is the biological organization, or this is how our DNA is organized within our cell to achieve, to ensure that the genetic information can be properly stored and accessed, and even para ma-replicate po siya. So, our genetic material is organized into the biggest to the smallest. Like, if mag-focus ta sa iyang individuality, sa iyang pinakadako, apan sa pinakagamay nga part, then, daghan gid kayo siyang mga terms nga dapat ma-familiar ta. And one of that is the chromosome. So, diba, here is our chromosome. And for humans, we have 23 pairs of chromosome. One pair of each of the chromosome from chromosome 1 to 23 came from our maternal, and the other one from the paternal, which is why we have a total of 46 chromosome, because half of that came from our maternal parent, and then another 23 chromosomes come from our paternal parent. And so, ang chromosome class mo ay gini siya ang bigger version or pinakadako nga genetic material, pinakadako nga structure in which dito na ito makita nga ito ang mga genetic material. And ang chromosome, na siya centromere, na po siya telomere. Okay? Tapos, within our chromosome, we can also see the P arm or the short arm, and then the Q arm or the long arm. So, kining P-arm class, gamay lang ang iyahang genetic material diri as compared sa Q-arm, since ang Q-arm kay taas man ni siya. And then ang telomere, you already know the function of telomere. This serves as a structure that will prevent DNA degradation during replication, and it also functions in aging and cancer. So, the shorter your telomere is, the more prone you are to diseases, cancer, and even aging. And then, ang centromere mo ni siya ang structure or parts of chromosome nga diri mo attach tong spindle fibers. Of course, magamit siya sa mitotic and sa cell division process. So, we have here the largest carrier of genetic material. And then, if ato na siyang himay-himayon, that chromosome is made up of chromatin. Okay? And then, if ato pa yung i-zoom in further ang chromatin, that chromatin is made up of nucleosome that are stacked with one another. And then, if mag-focus na punta sa nucleosome, that nucleosome is made up of histone proteins and a DNA molecule that is wrapped around 2 times. And then, if ato ang buliburon or ato ang i-unwrap ang DNA nga naa sa nucleosome, basically ato makuha diha is the DNA alone without these histone proteins. And then within the DNA are our genes. So, muna siya from pinakadako to pinakagamay. And so let us describe first what is chromosome. So, as you can see here, we have, actually class daghan kay tag makuha na definition about chromosome. And basically, in different references, they also have their own definition of chromosome. And here in my discussion, I will refer chromosome as the thread-like structures that is made up of protein and a single molecule of DNA that serve to carry genomic information from cell to cell. So ang chromosomes class, they're made up of histone proteins and a single molecule of DNA that is arranged in efficient and in an organized manner. And the chromosome, mao ni siya ang type of structure na visible during cell division. And mapuni siya ang structure nga mag-carry sa ato ang genetic information from cell to cell. Like, especially during DNA replication. Kana siya. Apil po ang chromosome ana. And chromosome, they reside in the nucleus of the cell. So, makitaan kinato ni siya sa nucleus sa mga living cell. So, that's chromosome. Now, if we are to zoom in chromosome, we can see there the chromatin structure. So, in other words, our chromosome is made up of chromatin. Diba? We have here the chromosome. We also have here the chromatin fiber. Okay, so unsay naa sa chromatin, ma'am? Now, when we say chromatin class, this is a structure that is a mixture of DNA and proteins that form the chromosome that is found in the cells of humans and other higher organisms. So, kanida ang chromatin, basically it's a combination of DNA and proteins, the histone proteins, and they make up our chromosome. Now, ang mga proteins class nga makita nato sa chromatin, we call that one as histones. So, kining makita ninyo na yellow, kani siya, mo siya ang histone protein in this particular graphical representation or in this particular image. So, histone is represented by this yellow circle structure that is a yellow color. And histones, they are proteins basically, and they are very important because they help package our DNA into a compact and more organized form. So, ang ato ding DNA class, dili lang na siya nag-inusara or wala siya nag-inusara inside our chromosome because ang DNA kailangan siya i-wrap around or kailangan siya nga ipatuyok diri as sa diri as sa histone proteins para mas mahimo siyang compacted and mas ma-organize nato siya. Kaya if pasagdaan man ko nato ang DNA nga ani ra siya, i-store dayon and mahimo siyang chromosome, so na possibility nga disarrange, mabulibod sila and magka-supercoil kanang ang ilahang accessibility ba ang ilahang storage kay dili matarong. So, mao na nga atong lawas or ato ang genetic material mogamit gyud siya og histone para matabangan nga hanay sila and matarong sila pag arrange. So, histones, these are proteins that help package the massive amount of DNA in a genome into a highly compact form that can fit in the cell nucleus. Ka-imagine sa kataas sa DNA, and then if dili na sila matarong og hanay, marong jud ta basin na ay mga mutation nga mahitabo. So, with the help of histone, mas ma-arrange na to og tarong ang DNA, mas efficient ang iyahang kanang paghanay and para pod ma-ensure nato nga ato ang genetic information kay ma-properly stored, ma-properly access, and ma-replicate og tarong. Okay, so ano importante kayo ang histone. So, our chromatin, they are made up of mixture of DNA and proteins, and they form our chromosome. Okay. Now, our chromatin class exists as either euchromatin or heterochromatin. So, let us know the difference. Let us start first with the euchromatin. Now, euchromatin class, from the word eu, that's considered as true chromatin, and this is a form or type of chromatin that is less condensed and more loosely packed. So, diba, by looking at the image here, we have our chromosome, then we have our chromatin, and we have two classification of chromatin, the heterochromatin and the euchromatin. Now, I want you to focus your attention here in the euchromatin. And what do you see? Diba, makita ninyo nga kanang luag ang ilahang pagkabangan sa matag usa. And napag yung enough space nga maka-access ang ato ang replication machinery baron or transcription machinery nga para magamit ang genes in the protein production. Like mahimo siyang template. Pwede nato siya magamit as template. And so, in euchromatin, the chromatin are less condensed. When we see less condensed, dili kay ni siya maklaro under a compound microscope. Kay lagyo man sila. Unlike if highly compacted or more condensed nga dugul, hugot, and murag tinapa ang mga chromatin, ang mga nucleosome nga nag-make up sa chromatin, so mas maklaro siya under the microscope. And so in this case, the euchromatin, they're more loosely packed, they are less condensed, and so that would mean nga daghan kay silang genes nga available para magamit in protein production or in making proteins. Kay ma-access man dayon ang mga genes ka naa diri. Kay kani man kung itong class nga inyong makita nga gibulibod aning blue, ang kaning blue mo ni siyang histone proteins. Ang kining black nga more siya twine, mo ni siya atong DNA which is bangan siya kaduha diri sa mga histone proteins. So in the euchromatin lagyo kaayo siya, so that means daghan kaayong mga DNA nga available for the protein synthesis, like magamit siya in protein production. Unlike in heterochromatin, diba this one here is heterochromatin. And makita ninyo nga grabe, murag yun silang mga piniriso, no? Grabe ang pagkabangan nila sa isa't isa, hugot kaayo, nag-stock up dyan sila, murag mga tinapa. And so as you can see here, in heterochromatin, they are more condensed. In other words, maklaro nato ni siya obviously sa microscope kay condensed man sila, like tightly packed with one another. And so, because of this orientation, they are less accessible to mga cellular machinery nato, like transcriptional machinery, para maka-generate og mRNA, or even mga DNA replication machinery. So, maglisod ta. Which is why, in heterochromatin, or the genes that are found in heterochromatin, they are regarded as silent or inactive genes, which means they don't participate in protein synthesis or protein production. Unlike in euchromatin nga grabe active jud sila, mga bida-bida kayo sila sa pag-produce sa mRNA nga gamiton sa pag-code sa ato ang protein nga i-produce. Kaya di ba imagine, lagi yung mga food sila ay napay enough space so maka-assemble diri ang ato ang mga transcriptional machinery or replication machinery. unlike in the heterochromatin. So, mana kapag euchromatin, active ang mga genes nga na diha, and they participate actively in protein production. Meanwhile, for heterochromatin, silent ang mga genes, they're inactive because considering of their position and then their arrangement as well. So, that's the difference between the euchromatin and the heterochromatin. Okay, now the most abundant proteins in chromatins are the histones. So, kaning blue nga inyong makita, class, kani siya, or even katong yellow, ito nakita na ito diri, this one here, kaning mga yellow diri, because this is just a representation mga. So, we can either use box or even mga unsa nga color since representation lang man siya. But basically, our chromatin, they are abundant of these histone proteins. Now, histones, they are proteins that help package our DNA into a more compact and organized form. And so histones, they are positively charged proteins which has 5 major types. So natay 5 ka klase sa histones nga ginagamit gud kaayo sa ato ang DNA para ma-organize sila. We have the H1, we have the H2A, H2B, H3, and H4. Now, ang histones class, they have high percentage of arginine and lysine, which is a positively charged amino acids, which gives the histones a net positive charge. So, ang histones di ay daghan kayo sila mga arginine and lysine na mga amino acids. And these arginine and lysine amino acids, they have a positive charge, which makes histones a slightly positive charge, which makes histones to have a slightly positive charge. And so, this is the reason nga nung mu-attach gyud ang DNA kay histone. Because ang DNA mong good nato class, they have phosphates or mga phosphate groups. And then these phosphates, they carry negative charge. So histone, they are positive charge. DNA, they are slightly negative or they carry a slightly negative charge. O na nga kung mag-abot sila, grabe gyud mo pilit gyud sila sa matag isa. So, naay attraction that holds between the two. So, there is attraction that holds the DNA in contact with the histones. So, mo na siyang reason nga ang DNA mo bind gyud siya or mo wrap around gyud siya sa histones because the DNA is slightly acidic and they contain a negative charge because of the phosphates. Tapos, ang histones, they are positively charged. And so, by the way, class, ang histones, or kining, namanggod tayo duha ka klase sa histones. We have the core histones, and the linker histones. Now, kaning histones, nga kung asa ni wrap around ang atong DNA, mo ni siya ang core histones. And ang core histones, they are made up of 8, manang octamer. Octamer histones kay 8 kabuok histones nga naa, histone proteins. And ang mga histones nga naa dito are H2A, H2B, H3, and H4. So, walay labot sa H1. Diri sa octamer of histones. Kung diin, asa mo wrap around sa DNA. So, di ba makita ninyo nga, this is the octamer of histone proteins in which the DNA will wrap around itself. And so, as you can see here, octamer siya because made up of 8. So, 2H2A, 2H2B, 2H3, and 2H4. So, ang H1 diri class, Kay dili na siya core histones nga kanang in which dito mo wrap around sa DNA, pero mo tabang yapon sa each one nga may mong stable gani, may mong stable ang kuan sa DNA and sa histones, ang ilahang connection ba. Okay. And then, if ato pa yung i-zoom in ang atong chromatin, kana siya class, ang chromatin is made up of building blocks or mga structural units. That is the nucleosome. So basically, ang chromatin, they're made up of a lot of nucleosome. Kay if ato amang gong diba, balik ta diri sa original image. So, diba, here, in this case, mo na itong chromosome, mo na itong chromatin fiber, which is made up of a lot of nucleosomes. Now, if we are just focusing on the nucleosome, that would mean nga, we are only dealing with one histone protein or an octamer of histones and a molecule of DNA that is wrapped around 2 times in that particular histone proteins. So in this case, iba makita ninyo no na ay so we have here, this is nucleosome ne. And so our chromatin is made up of a lot of nucleosomes. Okay, so go back to sa definition sa nucleosome. Now, ang nucleosome class, this is a segment of DNA that is wrapped around a core of 8 histone proteins. So, nucleosome day is basically katong individual nga building blocks sa chromatin in which na DNA nga gi-wrap around sa isa ka octamer of histone molecules. Baka na siya. Una na siya automatically ang nucleosome. So, the nucleosome is a core particle consisting of DNA that is wrapped about 2 times around an octamer of 8 histone proteins, 2 copies of each H2A, H2B, H3, and H4, much like of a thread wound around a spool. So, muna siyang nucleosome. Katong individual gani nga octamer of 8 core histones, katong 8 ka histone proteins, and then giboliburan siya og DNA kaduha. So that's nucleosome. And then of course, if atong tanggalon ang histone proteins, ang makuha na lang nato kay ang DNA. Kay di ba ang nucleosome kay di ba nag-start man ta sa pinakadako up until sa pinakagamay gyud nga structure sa tuang genetic material. So if ato ang tanggalon ning histone proteins, ang mahabili na lang nato kay ang ato ang DNA. So mas gamay gyud ang ato ang DNA as compared sa nucleosome. And we already know that DNA, these are actually long molecules that contain the genetic instructions, no? For the development, for the functioning, the proper functioning, for the growth, and even for the reproduction of all living organisms. Munang importante kayo ang DNA. Kay long molecule baya sila, taas kay ni siya nga molecule class, and it contains the biological instructions that make each species unique. And then, DNA is also important for inheritance, for coding of proteins, kay sa DNA, diha ba na ito makita ang gene, and for providing instructions for life and its processes. Okay. So, di ba, we have here a more organized presentation as to how or what is the connection of chromosome, chromatin, nucleosome, and then the DNA. So basically, atong chromosome made up na siya of a long molecule of DNA nga gi-stack i-wrap around sa nucleosome, tapos gipang stack to mga nucleosome, which is mo to siya naka-form of chromatin fiber. And then, if mag-focus ta sa octamer of histone proteins, and then na ay na-wrap diha kaduha ng mga DNA molecule, then that's the nucleosome. Tapos, if ato pag yung i-unwrap ang DNA nga naa sa histone, so makakuha na ta diha og DNA alone. Katong wala siya nakabulibod or wala siya naka-attach, wala siya naka-wrap around sa histone proteins. So that's the DNA. And then, within our DNA are short sections or short segments of gene, which contains the instruction for making a protein or a functional mRNA molecule. Okay, so we have here genes. So, of course, lagi kalahian si genes. Ang DNA kay mas taas man gid si genes. Mas taas si DNA kay long molecule ba siya. So, genes, these are just short portions, short sections, or short segments of our DNA. And we have a lot of genes that are coding for a particular protein, and then that protein can give rise to a particular trait. So our trait, basically, they are determined by our genes. And genes, they also play a role in our diseases and even our health conditions. And for humans, we have about 20,000 to 25,000 of genes. So our gene is located on a loci or a location of a gene in a particular chromosome, and we also have different versions of a gene that we call as allele. So basically, ang gene, they contain information or genetic instruction in making a particular protein, and then that protein will be used by our body, and it will give rise to a particular trait. Okay? For example, we have here the eye color gene or the hair color gene. And then this eye color gene or hair color gene will produce a protein that will give colors to our hair. So if ang protein nga ma-produce sa atong eye color gene kay protein siya or melanin siya nga makahatag og brown nga color sa atong mata, then ang trait ko ma-appear kay brown. And then, for hair, we have blonde. So, depending on the type of protein that is produced. So, the darker or the higher melanin your body produces, then the darker your hair, your skin, your eyes are. So, we have covered the different organization of our genetic material. We started with the chromosomes, the chromatin, nucleosome, the DNA, and then the genes. And I do hope nasabtan, So, yeah. Nasabtan ba ang kalahian sa chromosomes, chromatin, nucleosome, DNA, and genes? So, I do hope na nasabtan gid siya kay tarong ba ito na itong discuss. So, ang chromosome siya ang pinakadako. Siya ang pinakadako. Tapos, ang pinakagamay kay ang genes. So, ang genes na to, so, ang atong DNA is made up of genes. And, if our DNA is wrapped around an octamer of histone proteins, then we call that one as nucleosome na. And then, our chromatin is made up of several or a lot of nucleosomes. Kaya mo man ang building blocks sa chromatin ang mga nucleosomes. And then our chromatin is made up or makes up our chromosome. Alright? So that ends our discussion for today, and thank you so much for your time. And see you with our next video recording.